What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Giants. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo. We're going ahead and diving back into the film today. You guys asked for it. I'm here to deliver. You said you wanted to see weekly film breakdowns on Malik Nabers. Well, another spectacular performance from the rookie in week 3. So we're going to go ahead and dive right back into the film. Take a look at the first half of the Giants' performance against the Browns. For whatever reason, I couldn't get the film for the second half of this game, but he had 9 touches in the first half. So there's a lot to dive into. And I want to make this a two-pronged attack here. I don't just want to look at Malik Nabers. I want to take a close look at Daniel Jones as well on this film, on the 9 touches that Malik Nabers got. Several receptions, several good throws from Daniel Jones. Kind of want to discuss the connection that the two of them are forming here and take a look at what we're seeing on the All-22 that kind of informs us and tells us, yeah, sure, Malik Nabers is special. We can all see that. But also he's developing some special chemistry here with Daniel Jones, which I think is important to note and to highlight in the game film. So I'm excited to go ahead and dive into it and break it down. Let's waste no more time and get right into the film. All right, first touch here for Malik Nabers, our first play to check out. Just going to be a nice, simple little curl route, kind of like a hook route in the middle of the field against zone coverage. Going to go ahead and break that down and kind of show you what Daniel Jones might be looking at pre-snap here and highlight the chemistry that the two of them have on this play. Now, how did I know that it was zone coverage? Well, if you watch, Malik Nabers is in motion here. I have him circled there for you. He goes in motion and nobody follows him. Obviously, they take note of it. You see number 9 right here going and running and communicating. So they're obviously figuring something out here with Nabers. They want to make sure that he's covered on every single play, but he's pretty much double teamed here. Going to get the ball anyway, just because what the Giants have set up here, he's going to run this little kind of hook route. But then you're going to have the tight end Theo Johnson. And let me just say this. Sometimes players don't show up on the stat sheet, but they do show up on the film. Theo Johnson has not been showing up on the stat sheet, and I'm not going to pretend that he's been really popping out on the film either. But there are little hidden things that players do that set up other players for success. And Theo Johnson's basically running a clear out route here. I don't know if he's really trying to get open or if he knows like this ball is going to Nabers, but he's pretty much just trying to run into a few of these defenders, pull them out of the way, and create a little pocket of space here for Malik Nabers. So now with all of that information synthesized, let's go ahead and watch it unfold. So like I said, Theo Johnson, if you saw right there, he kind of gave a head fake to this linebacker who's sitting down. That linebacker's trying to get underneath here to Nabers, but Johnson forces him to backpedal a little bit, hesitate, and that creates a very nice cushion for Daniel Jones. I mean, that's pitch and catch, easy stuff right there. There's no way Nabers doesn't get the ball. The only thing here is Nabers clearly wanted to run after the catch. I would argue that maybe this ball is just a little bit late from Daniel Jones. You see, he's got... All right, let's take a look at his drop back. Let's now break down Daniel Jones. Ball is snapped in his hands. Okay, 3-step drop. Boom, he's at the top of his drop. How long does it take? He doesn't really hitch or anything. So, 1, 2, 3. I think there's just a slight hesitation there. There's just a little bit of time between, okay, boom, stopped. The ball should be thrown right now. There's a little bit of a wait, and then he throws it, causes it to be a little bit late. But to be completely honest, the Browns in zone coverage had this covered up pretty well anyway. There wasn't going to be a ton of room for run after the catch for Nabers. I'm just more worried about this ball almost getting broken up, maybe even potentially, you could argue, almost intercepted. Ball just a hair late, but you'll see that's an anomaly. Usually the ball is on time between Jones to Nabers throughout this game film. But yeah, that's how they got him open on that one. Sit down in between the zones, use your spatial awareness, just go ahead and get open. His second touch, there's not a ton to break down here, but I just want to highlight the fact that the Giants are finding ways to get Nabers the ball in space. Now, we mentioned it in week 2. He had a bunch of yards after the catch. I think it was like 83 of his 127 yards came after the catch, maybe even more than that. Guy is a demon with the ball in his hands. And you see that show up. The Giants know that that's the case. So what do? All right, well, they've got a stacked box that they're going up against. It's 3rd or 4th and short here. Who do we want the ball in the hands of? Every single play if we can. It's Malik Nabers. End the round right here. It's really tough to beat him to that edge. There's very few defensive backs, linebackers who can beat him to the corner. He's going to turn that corner and he's going to get that yardage. So I really like this play call and design. That's really more so what I'm highlighting on this one. Again, not a ton to break down here. put him across on a sweep or on an end around, just let him make a play. I like the play call a lot, though. I think that's a really clever way to get the ball into the hands of your best playmaker and allow him to make a very crucial play for a first down conversion. Now, next play, same thing. Once again, you're going to see Nabers get one of these little end arounds, and this time you're just seeing his ability to make plays in space, right? Because honestly, the defensive end did a decent job here. I think that's Myles Garrett. No, it's not. It's not Myles Garrett. One of their linebackers did a good job setting the edge here. Not the best footwork, so Nabers is quickly able to skirt right on by, make sure that he only gets a hand on him, and then again, pick up that extra yardage at the end of the play. Just again, highlighting the fact that I really like the play calling that the Giants have had for Nabers. I broke it down last week and I said I was a big fan. And once again, they're just finding ways to get him the ball in space and let him make plays. Another little chunk play there. It's really well done. All right, let's look at this touch. What do the Giants do here? Once again, the Browns are sitting in a lot of zone defense in this game. And this is actually a play where I'm going to highlight something that Daniel Jones did. So once again, what you're getting, a lot of pre-snap motion from the Giants, which I love. And this time it's going to be Tyrone Tracy here on this wheel route, which is going to take away this cornerback. He's going to be assigned there. And then you're going to get Nabers once again just sitting down on a little hook route. And what else do we have? So you've really got the Browns playing a cover 2 defense. So you're going to get 2 deep safeties, going to cover each half of the field. And you've got these cornerbacks kind of sitting down on their receivers in the flats. And then with the linebackers, it's going to look something like this. And really what you need to do now as a wide receiver and as a quarterback is find the open pockets, right? So you've got open pocket between these 2 defenders. This is a tough one to hit. Open pocket here. Again, another tough one there. But you got to find those open pockets. And again, when you're looking at this, for Nabers, have that spatial awareness, look around, find an open pocket, sit down in it, and trust that your quarterback is going to get the ball there. He does exactly that. Jones hits Nabers, and it's a nice little game. But if you watch Nabers go out there, just kind of sit down, see the way that he's drifting. See, he finishes his route right here, and he ends his route, and he's on the 5. So he just drifted into that open space and gave Daniel Jones an open throwing lane where he had ample separation from that linebacker. So let's go ahead, though. I want to highlight what Daniel Jones did here. First of all, high snap, JMS. Let's fix that. But Daniel Jones gets the snap, and this is what I like about this. He knows that it's zone coverage. You can see that he clearly recognizes that. Watch his eyes. All right, he looks, and now he's shifting. Just drifts to the right, and then resets his feet, plants, and fires. So again, the reason that he did that, at least in the way that I understand it, is recognizing the zone coverage, shift, plant, give yourself a lane to throw this ball. If he's throwing it from here, getting this ball here, that linebacker is going to have an opportunity to get his hands on it. But since he's throwing it here to here, and Nabers is drifting into the space, that linebacker is not going to get his hands on it. So I'm going to highlight again here. I like the fact that Daniel Jones had post-snap processing on this when he did a good job surveying the field, recognizing zone coverage, drifting to his right, and boom, hitting Nabers for a solid chunk gain. Now, here's a play that obviously has sparked plenty of discussion online for Giants fans, for fans of football in general. For a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a spectacular play from Malik Nabers. Second of all, there's been debate. Is this a bad throw from Daniel Jones? Should he have thrown this? Should he have never let this ball go? You know, what's the idea here? I'm going to argue devil's advocate. I know this might not be the popular opinion. I know it was almost picked off and Nabers saved him and ripped it out of the hands of the cornerback. And I'm not trying to come across as overly positive on the side of Daniel Jones here. I think you guys know that I'm not the biggest fan, okay? But I don't mind this throw. And I know that it almost got intercepted, but it didn't. And what have I been doing in all of these breakdowns over the past few weeks? What have I been saying? Daniel Jones, throw the ball into coverage more. You can't just check down. You can't just dink and dunk down the field and expect to win a lot of football games. You got to take chances. And this right here is the epitome of taking a chance. Now, is it a high percentage look? No. But what have I been asking? Take more low percentage looks. Throw the ball into coverage. Oh, Malik Nabers is covered? Maybe throw it up there anyway. He might just come down with it. I think he listened to me. Daniel Jones, he might be listening to the show. He took one of those low percentage chances, and look, Nabers made a play for him. Now, do you expect that to happen every time? No. Is he going to throw some picks? Sure, possibly. But I'd rather him throw an interception like this, where he's got a blanketed Nabers and he's giving him a chance to make a play on the ball. I'd rather him throw that interception than either of the ones that he threw in week one. The one of them in week one being in the red zone, misreading a coverage post snap, and firing it into a window that was never there. That's a bad interception. How about the other one? Quick screen out to Wan'Dale Robinson, doesn't throw the ball with timing. It comes out late, gets intercepted, and the Vikings take it back for 6 points. That's a bad interception. If this were to have gotten intercepted, all interceptions are bad, but this one's not as bad to me. You threw up a 50-50 ball for your wide receiver, and you let him have a chance to make a play. And this is why you take those chances, because sometimes he's going to rip it out of the hands of the defensive back. He's going to bring it down. He's going to make a Julio Jones-esque play and create a big 28-yard gain on the sideline. So I like this throw from Daniel Jones. I don't think it's a bad throw. Could it have been better? Sure. Should he have thrown it? Maybe not, but I'm happy that he did. Nabers made a spectacular catch. You don't get OBJ one-handed grabs and Plaxico Burress, Randy Moss-style catches, and you don't get Randy Moss-style catches from Randy Moss if the quarterback isn't willing to throw the ball into coverage and let his receivers take a chance and make plays. So that's my kind of tangent that I'm going on here. Again, I'm not the biggest Daniel Jones supporter, but I'm going to support him on this throw. I stand by it. It's a good throw. It's a great catch. Phenomenal catch. Fantastic play here from Malik Nabers. But it can't be done if there's not a level of trust and confidence from the quarterback to the wide receiver. That's really what I'm trying to highlight in all of this film. You can see on the film that there is confidence and trust being built between Daniel Jones and Malik Nabers. He's willing to take chances and throw balls that he hasn't thrown over the last 3 years. He just hasn't taken opportunities like this at any point. He only throws when receivers are wide open. We complain about that all the time. Now he's throwing to blanketed receivers and they're making plays and people want to complain. Pick and choose your battles, guys. This is a nice play from Daniel Jones and a spectacular play from Malik Nabers. But let's rewind the film. How did it happen? Okay. What are we getting here, guys? If you remember from last week's episode against the Commanders, single high safety, what does that mean? Middle field close. So Daniel Jones needs to throw to the boundaries, right? Okay, and what does he have here on the boundaries? Well, he has, of course, Darius Slayton and Malik Nabers on the outside with Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot. So Slayton's going to run a go route. Nabers is going to run a go route. And I think it's just a quick out from Wan'Dale Robinson. The read here is going to be 1, Nabers, 2, Slayton, check down to Robinson. Or maybe it goes 1 and then 2 to Robinson. I don't know. Depends. But really, he's reading the cornerback's leverage against the wide receiver. So let's see. How was the leverage? I mean, it's just about as covered as it can be, but throw it anyway. Whatever. The only thing that I'm going to highlight on the other side here is that Darius Slayton actually does break kind of wide open. So had that been the first read, you're probably getting a touchdown to Slayton. And I'm just going to highlight what a filthy route Darius Slayton ran because he actually didn't run a go route. He ran an out and up, but he really, really sold the out route and caused the cornerback to bite hard on it. Watch that. Boom. Gone. Completely turned around. Slayton could have had a touchdown here if the ball was thrown his way. That's for sure. The safety's not getting there regardless. But like I said, it's really just a spectacular catch from Malik Nabers. I don't want to overanalyze it or anything. He threw up a 50-50 ball and Nabers made a play. Just the only other thing that I would say is this is very clearly man coverage on the outside with a single high safety. So you're getting cover 1, and then you're getting go routes on the outsides. Daniel Jones just decided to take the receiver that he trusts more, throw it up for him, and let him make a play. All right, next play to break down here. I don't have a ton to break down on this. Wildcat, direct snap to Malik Nabers. He's trying to throw a touchdown pass to Daniel Jones. It doesn't work. The only thing that I'm going to highlight, great job by Malik Nabers not to force an issue, not to make a stupid mistake. He throws the ball away out of bounds. The Giants trust the kid. You know, this is an opportunity for a rookie wide receiver who to get really excited near the goal line and make a massive mistake. He doesn't do that. The Giants put the ball in his hands here with an opportunity to potentially throw an interception, They trust him. And I think that's just important to highlight. So I'm not going to try and break down the minutia of this play. There's really no point. It's a dead play, throws it out of bounds. I just want to highlight the fact that the Giants really trust this kid. I do too. I think he's really smart, savvy football player, high football IQ. To take a direct snap here and throw the ball out of bounds as a wide receiver and take what the defense gave you and live to see another down, really great stuff. I just think this kid is truly special. Now, here's the next play. Again, had some issues with the all-22 extracting it, but touchdown pass to Malik Nabers. Spectacular grab. Let's look at the grab. What I'm going to highlight is body control. All throughout the pre-draft process, when I was discussing Malik Nabers, I was telling you guys, this is not just a slot receiver. This is a WR1. He lines up outside primarily. He also lines up inside. Why is he so special, though? Because when the ball is in the air, there's not a single ball that he can't get his hands on. He can twist his body. He can control his body. He has a catch radius that's massive for a player of his stature. And he's very strong and stocky. You don't make plays like this unless you're strong and can fight through the contact of hitting the ground while controlling your body and keeping possession of the football. It's a tremendous play for Malik Nabers. He has excellent body control. He'll make grabs like this that wow you. This is just him getting started. But that's not really what I want to highlight on this play. Again, unfortunately, I can't break down the play design for you guys. But what I really want to highlight, I want to give a circle and a big check mark to number 8, because this is an excellent throw. Now, settle down. A bunch of you might be getting angry. How are you calling that a great throw when Malik Nabers had to jump up, do a 720 twirl, and then somehow come down with the ball? 2 factors here. 1, Nabers has told Jones, put the ball anywhere near me. I'm going to make the play for you. Jones throws it up. He makes the play for him. So, good throw. It wasn't uncatchable. For most receivers, it is, but it was very catchable for Nabers because he can catch just about anything. I don't mind if the ball isn't completely pinpoint accurate in the end zone when you're throwing the ball to Nabers. Leave it up there and let him make the play. That's the difference. I think a lot of Giants fans don't understand. He's not throwing to Darius Slayton every play anymore. I love Slayton, guys, but he can't make a play like this. Eli Manning used to make a lot of great plays in the past, but he didn't make them all with pinpoint accuracy and perfect timing. A lot of times, he threw them up there, and OBJ made a one-handed catch. Oh, my God. Or Jeremy Shockey out of nowhere just mosses a guy. Or Plaxico Burress makes a one-handed catch in the end zone. We've seen stuff like that. This is a good throw from Daniel Jones because he put it in the vicinity of Malik Nabers. It doesn't need to be pinpoint all the time. But what was really special here from Daniel Jones? Watch him standing in the pocket. How about we take a hitch step forward into contact and throw that ball while getting driven to the ground, getting absolutely blown up by Myles Garrett. That's fearless, and that's confidence. Bam. Look at it. Now, again, Myles Garrett is just an absolute freak. You've got Andrew Thomas right here. Andrew Thomas surrendered 8 pressures. Really bad game from Andrew Thomas. I'm not worried about it. It's an anomaly. Doesn't happen often. But Myles Garrett is truly one of the best, most dominant players in the NFL. And when you see him running at you like that, and he lays that kind of a hit on you, absolutely levels you and drives you into the ground, oftentimes you're not going to throw a very good ball. But Jones threw a catchable ball for Nabers, and he stood in the pocket and he threw this ball. And this is the difference, guys. Week 1, you had a pass rusher getting after Daniel Jones like this right in his face. He's taking a sack or he's throwing a pick. He's doing something stupid. Week 3, he's standing in the pocket because he's confident that Malik Nabers is going to come down with the ball, and he's just firing it in Nabers' direction. Waited for Nabers to break. He stepped up into the pressure, threw the ball anyway, took a big hit, touchdown. You got to commend Daniel Jones for this play. You can't nitpick the fact that the ball wasn't perfect. You just have to say, damn, he really stood in there and took a shot like that, and he only does that, again, guys, because he trusts Malik Nabers. So that's why I made that the title of this episode. They're forming a special connection. Look at the bond that's being created where Jones is standing in the pocket, getting whacked and not caring, just throwing it up there because he knows that Nabers is going to come down with it. Now, this is becoming Nabers' specialty on this next play. This is becoming his classic. First of all, this is just a very easy pitch and catch slant route. Let's break down the details. Once again, single high safety. What do you guys know about that? Middle field closed, right? It also tells you it's either cover 3, right? Or it's cover 1, which is going to have the 1 deep safety and then man coverage. Now, what do the Giants have here? Motion, once again. What's that going to do? That's going to tell Daniel Jones it is man coverage. Look at that. Because look who follows along with the running back. Here's the running back. Here's somebody following him in motion. You roll it. Boom. Okay, so it's man coverage. Daniel Jones now knows that. So what does he have? He has the absolute number one thing that he desires on every single play, one-on-one coverage, top of the screen, Malik Nabers, and he's going to cook him. You know that Malik Nabers is going to break open against one-on-one man coverage. So what is Nabers running here? A classic man-beating route. Just a quick slant. All you got to do is take a few steps, get that shoulder turned. Look at the cornerback's shoulder. Look at his leverage right here. Now, Nabers has already set him up with this release where it's basically like basketball. Crossover. He cannot turn like that. You're going to have space. So, Nabers, great route. Turns, cornerback stumbling. And this is where Nabers is really, this is becoming his specialty, his signature, because he makes these little catches and then he spins right off of them and gains extra yards. Maybe you could argue that he catches this, runs upfield, makes two men miss. I don't know. Maybe he scores. Or he catches it. He knows that he can turn around, make sure that that first guy misses, and gain that extra yards. Very impressive stuff. Love his ability to stop and start. But really, if we're highlighting this, again, trust from Daniel Jones into Malik Nabers. Good throw from Daniel Jones to read the coverage, know that it's man coverage, and take what the defense is giving you, which is what he's been doing these few weeks, which has been really helpful. And also, I love the release from Nabers. Look at how he sets up the cornerback with an outside release. Again, he's going to go step outside, break it inside. When he sets up the cornerback with that outside release, watch this. Cornerback starts turning to haul ass up the field that way. Look at the cornerback's feet positioning. Like he's running that way, right? Now Nabers can break, cross him over, go right across his face, open in the middle of the field. It's crafty stuff there. It's excellent route running. That's the makings of a number one wide receiver who can get open every single play. Last play we'll break down, the touchdown. The second touchdown of the game for Malik Nabers. Also, of course, the second touchdown of the game for Daniel Jones. So what do the Giants have here? Well, they're facing zone coverage this time. How do we know that? Well, look at the positioning of the linebackers and how they're not in man coverage with the running back. So it looks like we're getting a cover 2 zone here on the goal line. So this safety is going to cover this half. This safety is going to cover this half. This cornerback is going to be in this flat. You're going to get this cornerback in this flat. And now these linebackers are just going to play zone hook zones, right? Where do you guys see the major opening in this zone coverage? How about right here in the middle of the field? That's the read pre-snap. It shows, okay, too deep. That means middle field open. If it was just one safety in the middle of the field, you would say middle field closed, right? We keep banging that drum, but you know that it's middle field open because it looks like cover 2. So who do you have running into the middle of the field? You've got Nabers on this deep dig route. Roll it through. Check it out. Boom. And what the Giants did here that was really great is they pulled that safety out of the play, that second safety. Take a look. This safety who would maybe be able to get to this point here, to get on this Nabers throw, which is going to end up right here. Maybe he could have a chance at it. But what the Giants did is in their play design, again, Theo Johnson, like I said earlier, not showing up in the stat sheet, maybe showing up on the film, once again, is the clear out man. He's the guy that soaks in a double team, forces a zone defender to crash on him, and opens up space in the field for Malik Nabers. So let's roll it back and take a look. What does Theo Johnson do? Well, he's going to run up and in right across the front of the goal line. That's going to cause these two linebackers to focus on him, and it's going to cause this safety to drop down and try and intercept this pass and open up a window against the back of the end zone for Malik Nabers. Boom. Easy throw and catch. He's wide open. It's a great route. Great design. Great play design. And again, Nabers is just very crafty. Let's take a look at how he sets up that safety. So you're going to see him bob. Look, he kind of looks like he's ready to break this thing outside. So once again, look at the feet of this safety. Ready to go that way. Defend an outside route. That's when you cross over. Boom. Explode. Go across his face. Wide open. Bang, bang, boom. Touchdown. So yeah, guys, like I said, A lot of points to make here. Chief among them, check out Malik Nabers' route running. It's elite. He's such a great separator. And also, the trust that he's developing from Daniel Jones is special. They are forming a bond. Jones finally has his WR1, and we're seeing his confidence in Nabers really show up in the way that he's throwing the football and the way that he's able to make some of these throws that we haven't seen Daniel Jones make maybe at any point in his career. He's only making them because he knows that Nabers can come down with them, and Nabers is delivering. Truly special talent of Malik Nabers, who is elevating the play of his quarterback right now, but really unlocking an extra level of confidence in Daniel Jones that we just haven't seen maybe since his rookie year. But that pretty much wraps this one up. I hope you guys did enjoy this film breakdown. What are your main takeaways? Let me know down below. Who do you want me to break down next? Thoughts, opinions, all of that stuff. Get hyped about Nabers. Obviously, Thursday night game coming up. We'll be doing a film breakdown on that one too. We'll have an extra long time between Thursday and the following Sunday, so we can do a few breakdowns that week. Let me know who you want me to take a look at on the film, and I'll go ahead and deliver for you guys. But yeah, like I said, just a final takeaway and recap, Malik Nabers is really special. Body control is elite. Route running is elite. Release package is sick. He's a great player. He's giving Daniel Jones way more confidence right now than I've ever seen him play with. He's throwing balls that I've never seen him throw. He's throwing into coverage, low percentage throws, trusting that Nabers is going to come down with it. Honestly, guys, in this game, Daniel Jones, he wasn't perfect. It wasn't a full breakdown on him. If I did a full breakdown on him, I would definitely find flaws for you guys, and I would tell you he was not perfect in this game. But he's playing with more confidence, and he's taking some low percentage looks, and he's giving Nabers a chance to make plays. All of those things are positives to take away and build on as we go into week 4 versus Dallas. So, again, Nabers, Rookie of the Year campaign is well underway. He looks fantastic, and I do hope you guys enjoyed this film breakdown. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Ring the bell so you don't miss an episode, and comment your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure to leave us a 5-star review. Go ahead and follow us on all of our social media channels at Fireside Giants. Without further ado, I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a good one, and let's go Giants.
Perfect.